I do, and I depend on the Lord a lot of times to give me a vision to build things, and built quite a few things. You can put it on paper all day long, but once I build it in my mind, then I can build it.
Now, Craig told me that there's a community, there's a subdivision or a community that you design and build in the Denham Springs area. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's actually in North Walker. It's called Louisiana Purchase Equestrian Estates.
Louisiana Purchase. That's a
Equestrian Estates, and the theme is around a boarding stable. I actually have a boarding stable for horses, where I board horses for other people.
Really?
And had a couple of 100 acres of property, and just started getting the vision to develop a subdivision that was designed around the equestrian community.
Okay.
And so we put about 5 miles of riding trails inside the community, a 6-acre commons area with an arena, an area that you can ride your horses and sit out and relax under the shade trees, and have a nice little community place to sit. And the lots are very large. The smallest one's about 2 acres, the largest one's about 6, and just a place where people can have a little country living close to the city.
Well, how long has that been in existence?
We finished the completion of it about 1.5 years ago.
Addiction has many faces and doesn't discriminate between the young, old, black, white, executive, homemaker, student, or plant worker. Don't suffer in silence. Find help, hope, and healing at Free Indeed Treatment Center. Free Indeed is a licensed, faith-based treatment facility that will help you get free and stay free. There are licensed professional counselors to help individuals and their families who struggle with addictions and destructive behaviors. Call 924-1910 or visit setfreeindeedministry.com.
Hello and welcome to Choices, the show where we empower you to make better choices so you can live a better life. So excited that you can join us today. I have a lot of great things I want to share with you, but first I really want you to just sit back and get ready to hear a dynamic speaker, a great father, a good man who does a lot of good work in our community, Mr. Gary Perkins. And I'm sure he's going, who is that she's talking about? I'm talking about you, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Well, good. Well, thank you so much for coming out and sharing with us. And I know you're busy with your own business, but you're busy with 6 kids.
That's right.
6 kids, and they range from 14 to 28?
That's right.
Wow, and that's really good. Now, you and your wife been married, Lori, been married for 12 years?
Right.
Well, good. Well, I can't wait to hear more about your family and just about the things that you do in the community. A good friend of ours, Craig Poche, was supposed to be doing the show with me today, but he's under the weather, and I know by the time the show films, Craig, you're going to be doing much, much better. So we couldn't ask for a better stand-in.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, tell me a little bit about, the work that you do here in the community. I know you say you were raised in Denham Springs, and you've been doing construction work for how long?
I've been doing construction work since I was 13 years old, actually. But I went into business for myself when I was 18 years old, and did a multitude of things. Correspondence course, got a degree through my correspondence course, and just have always built things.
Okay. Built things with your hands.
Designed and built things.
Designed too?
Yes.
So why construction business?
Well, it's just something I've always had a desire to do. I've always loved to build things, design things, get mental pictures. I always like to build it in my mind before I try to build it in reality.
Well, that's pretty good, because a lot of people I know who are in construction work, they're basically on the construction part, but you also design?
Yep, I do, and I depend on the Lord a lot of times to give me a vision to build things, and built quite a few things. You can put it on paper all day long, but once I build it in my mind, then I can build it.
Now, Craig told me that there's a community, there's a subdivision or a community that you design and build in the Denham Springs area. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's actually in North Walker. It's called Louisiana Purchase Equestrian Estates.
Louisiana Purchase. That's a
Equestrian Estates, and the theme is around a boarding stable. I actually have a boarding stable for horses, where I board horses for other people.
Really?
And had a couple of 100 acres of property, and just started getting the vision to develop a subdivision that was designed around the equestrian community.
Okay.
And so we put about 5 miles of riding trails inside the community, a 6-acre commons area with an arena, an area that you can ride your horses and sit out and relax under the shade trees, and have a nice little community place to sit. And the lots are very large. The smallest one's about 2 acres, the largest one's about 6, and just a place where people can have a little country living close to the city.
Well, how long has that been in existence?
We finished the completion of it about 1.5 years ago. Of course, the downturn on the economy has the real estate market kind of flat, which is okay. We're holding on and keeping it looking good. We have some nice waterfalls at the entrance, and
really,
yeah, it's really nice. The Lord blessed us with it. So.
Well, that's really good. Is it a lot of communities in the Baton Rouge area that has the same? So you're like one of the first?
This is the only one that I'm aware of.
Well, that's really good. That's really good. So now you also say you board other people's horses as well?
Correct. We have about 22 horses that we board for other people.
So do you like riding horses? I guess you do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been an animal lover all my life. I think that's part of our serenity. Maybe if we'd watch nature a little more, we could learn a lot from nature, I think. So.
Well, speaking of nature, we live in Zachary, North Zachary, close to St. Francisville, and we have 12 acres and have a pond in front of it. And have the other night, there were about 20 deer in our front yard. I have never seen anything like that before in my life. And we kind of stood there just in amazement. And it's the first time too that we saw, I think there were maybe like 8 bucks.
Wow.
And it was phenomenal. And I was just really going, man, this is really awesome. Just to see them in a herd like that. We normally see 1 or 2. So like you, I love the country and, love what, just the deer and the horses and stuff like that. Well, I'm so glad to know that, that if I ever want to have a horse and need to,
That's right.
bring them somewhere, I can bring them to you.
That's right. We'll take good care of them.
I know you will. Well, tell me a little bit more about, we were talking earlier before we started filming about personal growth. And I know that's something that's near and dear to your heart. And being a father and a community leader and a businessman, tell us how that affects you.
Okay, I think that a lot of folks, including myself, busy themselves with life so much that we drift away from personal growth. And I think you'll get a lot of your personal growth through interaction with other people, of course.
I agree.
And not only that, but take some time for yourself to sit and read. I think reading is something that people don't do enough of. They'll busy themselves with computer technology or TV or MTV in a lot of cases, and just kind of garbage in, and that's not going to produce anything positive. I believe you put positive in, positive will come out. I have several favorite authors, personal growth authors that I like to read: John Maxwell, Jim Rohn, Chris Widener. Some of the better authors that I read, a lot of their stuff. So. I don't think you can do too much of that.
Right, and you know what, especially nowadays, I was looking at the news the other day, and they were just saying how, we're so high tech, and how, there's a family of 5, in one room, and, that family think, oh, we're spending time together. Well, no, you have 2 of your kids texting and 1 on the computer, and those things are great, but, those kind of things have really taken away from family time for our personal growth. And reading, it's almost like an endangered species. People don't read as much as they used to, and like you said, that's something that really helps with a person personal growth. So a man thinking in his heart, so is he. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So reading is a vital part of all our lives. Would you agree?
I agree.
Now, what are some of the other things for us personal growth that you have used in your life that has really helped you?
Personal growth, I try to involve myself with as many positive people
That's good.
as I can. Good positive interaction with people. I'm very active in my church. I want to be someone that gives back to the community. There's a lot of takers out there, I find, and if nothing else is said about when I leave, not that I'm anybody special, that he tried to give something back. I want to get up every day and find out people that I can help.
Right. Well, Gary, I know there's people out there now saying, wow, you're right, I need to read more, I need to spend more time with my family. But how do I do that? I work 40 plus hours a week. I have, kids I need to take care of. How do I find time? Because again, we find time for everybody else, which is a good thing. It's a great thing being a mother, being a father, being an educator, or whatever it is that we do. But, what about taking that time out for ourselves? How do you find time to just maybe slip away and, read a good book, meditate, or spend time with friends?
Well, personally, I'm a goal setter. I believe a goal is a dream with a plan.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And, a man without a goal will spend his whole life running up and down the court and never score a point.
Right.
So I believe in setting goals. So I set a goal for myself a long time ago that I would always make sure that every year I would take my family on a quality vacation. Sometimes it's been as short as 3 or 4 days, but sometimes it's been as long as 10 days. That's just an isolated case throughout the year, but I think it's something to look forward to. The family gets excited about it. You plan together, you go together. Is it all fun? Not always, but we always have a good time, and we're always together, and we build so many memories through life by those vacations. And we try to hit other milestones throughout the year. Through setting goals, you can do those things.
And that's good because, I believe in setting goals. And I was reading an article, a year ago in USA Today, and it says only 10% of Americans actually set goals.
Wow.
And goals are so important. The Bible talks about write the vision, make it plain. And I really, like you said, a dream without a plan. We can dream stuff, or it's almost a person who told me a thought without an action is just like no thought at all.
Right.
And so you have to put pen to paper and, again, set goals, not only personal goals, but goals for your families. And again, I get a lot of calls from people and they're saying, okay, Tonja, just make sure you keep it practical. Well, I know, a lot of times people are saying, I can't go on a vacation now. Well, you can do a staycation. I really like that, where you just take a weekend, turn off the TV.
That's right.
And just really, take part of some of the great things that are happening in our community and do it as a family, correct?
That's correct.
Now let me ask you this, what about playing Wii? I know that's a big deal. Do you play that with your family?
Do not play it.
Me neither.
Don't have one in my house.
Oh, see, one day. But, things like that. But it's bringing a lot of people together, because I hear a lot of families say, well, we had family game night. And what they did, either they played a board game, which requires reading, or they did, they did a Wii. So those are the kind of things that practical that people can do, going back to your personal goals. And I like what you said about the family, because, we talk about personal goals on our own or in our business, but, ones with the family. And I think, that's one of the problems in America, why we're having so many challenges, because we don't have a strong, structured family unit like we used to.
Right. I've always heard too, Tonja, that one of the best things you could do for your children is to love your wife, or for the wife to love the father.
Right.
And I've always tried to make special time for just me and my wife, date night, if you will, and or weekend getaway, just for me and the wife. So we can go and build our relationship stronger.
That's good.
That makes a very good grounded principle at home, for your kids.
Well, as a businessman in the community, I know you talked also about giving back. What are some of the ways that you and your family give back?
Well, like I said, we're very active in our church. We're very active in promoting the youth at the church, and I believe that you need to do that. We participate in the local parades, and I pull a float with my truck sometimes, and active with the school. I'm friends with a lot of the school teachers and principals and stuff like that through kids going to school there. And we try to participate that way. We have the boarding stables available. We do not rent horses, but we allow people to come over and ride our horses all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you know what? That's also a good therapy. Pet therapy. It's just amazed me to see people, when they see a horse or a deer, like I did, or an animal, and how that animal becomes such a calming mechanism, in their life. That is way cool, especially with horses.
Absolutely.
And I know there are a lot of great programs across the country, and they use horses
That's
as a
right.
part of therapy.
That's right.
So you allow people in the community, they can't just walk up and say, hey, I want to ride a horse, right?
Yeah,
How does that work?
we try to schedule it. You know,
Okay.
if somebody calls and said, hey, can I come ride a horse today? We always try to make ourselves available, if at all possible, to help them saddle the horse, go riding with them if we have the time. And, you know, we have the facilities and the places to ride. You know, we just do our best to do that. We try to give back in every way we can. And I think you give back on a daily basis just by being kind to your neighbor.
That's right.
You know, this just goes a long way with me.
And you know what, you're bringing out some good nuggets here, you know, because again, like I said, a lot of times, you know, especially in the economy, you know, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff, but even through the challenges, we always still should take time for ourselves, for our families and others. And I want to give a shout out, my grandmother and my mom, you know, they live together, my uncle, and all of them are over the age of 60. And there's a young man who every week comes and checks on my grandmother. If her trash can is out, he brings it in. If he had pears or something he had too much of, just comes over and just do all these great things for the holidays. You know, him and his family came over and, you know, baked a cake and stuff like that.
Wow.
And when my mom told me about this young man, I'm like, man, how cool is that for him to, you know, come over and just check on them. And I had to go over and just really thank him for, you know, his hard work and his dedication. So it's never, you know, it's never a bad time not to give and not to give back. Now, you have a successful business. And one of the things I know that you and Craig, you have a lot of stuff in common in, but tell me about Team National. Why Team National? Why would you get involved with an organization when you being a businessman already have a lot going on?
Yeah, do have a lot going on. You know, I've been in construction all my life. I own a company called Top Quality Builders. You know, we build custom homes and do commercial work. And, you know, but my whole adult life, I've been looking for something me and my family could do together that would help us create a long-term, low-maintenance residual income. And about 6.5 months ago, an opportunity was offered to me in my life. It was a company called Team National. And Team National is a group buying power organization based out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that offers for folks like you and I to save money on things that we're buying on a daily, regular basis. You know, so what more?
Is it something like a co-op?
Well, similar to a co-op, yeah.
Okay.
It's similar to a co-op. You buy a membership, and the membership then offers you thousands of ways that you can save money on a daily basis.
And we all want to save money these days.
Absolutely. What more does people want to do when the economy's suppressed and the funds are tight? You know, things you have to buy anyway, you might as well buy them for a lesser dollar.
Discount, that's right.
Yeah, a discount.
Now, so you guys have been involved in this, what, 6.5 months you said? Okay, and
it's been great. It's actually been life-changing, new focus. It's actually what has gotten me back in more to personal growth and taking the time for myself so I can be a better person, so I can go out and help other people. That's what my heart's desire is really. It's not about the money. It's about helping other people.
Right.
Because there are a lot of people a lot less fortunate than me and my family. Not that we have a lot, but we have a lot more than most.
Right.
So if we can just give something back. But Team National has helped me and my family over the last 6 months. We've saved over $3,000 on things that we were buying anyway. You know, so that's been good. And then the income side of the company, if you choose to go out and share it with your friends, is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it's been great. It's been a great opportunity. We've gotten to travel a lot more, and we've met people all across the nation through Team National. We've actually taken 7 trips in 6 months. Meeting other folks involved with Team National across the nation, and it's been awesome.
Now tell us more about the saving part. We'll get to the other part later, but again, I know I was telling, you know, somebody last year this time, you know, I would go in the store and I would always, you know, watch what the prices were, but I didn't as much. Now, you know, it used to take me maybe 20 minutes to go into the store. Now it's 40 because I'm comparing prices. I want to make sure that I'm getting the most bang for my buck. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm getting it at a good price. So this allows you to do that, and this is all, you know, via the internet.
Right.
Okay, so how does that work? So does a person just log on, and if they need health insurance or car insurance or
Right.
ink, how does that work?
Yeah, there's thousands of ways you can save money, but there's quite a few categories. There's some factory direct furnitures you can buy, flooring, jewelry, any home furnishings, wall coverings, floor coverings of any kind. You're going to buy those at a discounted rate. Generally speaking, you'll save about 70 cents on the dollar.
Wow,
through
that's
the company.
good.
Yeah, that's extremely good. That's one of the categories you can save. There's business exchange, where local businesses join the business, and you can go into their restaurant or their auto parts store and get a discount if you're a Team National member. That's one of the ways you can save. You can also go on what we call the Big End Marketplace. The Big End Marketplace has over 100 national retail stores where we're buying already anyway. Such as Sears, such as Best Buy, Circuit City,
Wow.
Target, and Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's. You know, and those stores, you go online, you buy at the normal price, or if they have a sale going on, you can get that sale at the time. You pay about the same price, but you're offered a discount back.
Okay.
And those discounts average 8 to 10%.
That's good.
In a lot of cases, there's no shipping and there's no tax.
Okay.
Depending on the store you buy from. So we've just redirected our shopping habits. It's saving my wife lots of gas going back and forth to Walmart. We're buying Zyrtec D that I take for allergies. I'm saving about $219 a year on Zyrtec D versus the local drugstore prices.
Wow.
So, and it ships straight to our house. My wife don't have to go and get it. And the unmeasurable savings I have is my wife don't have to go in to get it. I've never seen her come out with just a box of Zyrtec D.
I know. It's hard to come out like that.
So that's an unmeasurable savings there.
Right.
You know, so we've just kind of refocused the way that we shop.
That's awesome. Now tell us about the other side of it. I know that, in this, economy, and a lot of people are looking, for other things to maybe help supplement, income. Tell us about the way that they can do that through Team National.
Well, what we do, you go out and you get a couple of people that you call a host. It's not a pyramid, but it is a group buying power organization wherein you build teams of people. And those teams of people help create points. Those points are converted into dollars. And it's been very powerful for us, just in the first month, sharing this, because we are busy, sharing this in a very part-time basis, and I'm saying 3 to 6 hours a week on average. In the first month, it returned to my household a little over $2,000 in income. Very good. And that has grown every month since for the last 6 months.
Wow.
So we're building a very strong team of people.
That's good, and it's good when you can do things like that, and you're doing it with like precious faith people that that you do have that team, that you do have that support group to do. Now, one of the things that you said is not a pyramid, because I know that there have been a lot of pyramid companies and stuff like that. What makes Team National different? Team National is different in that, number one, is we are members of the DSA, the Direct Selling Association, which is based in Washington, D.C. You cannot be a pyramid or an illegal game or scheme and be a member of the DSA. Okay. For example, we are structured so Miss Angela Laura Chrysler, the CEO of the company, is actually on the board at the DSA. You have to meet very stringent criteria to be a member of the DSA, and a pyramid scheme is not going to get you there. Good, good. That's one way. Another way is, yes, you're building teams of people, but anyone in any team can exceed the top guy in the company in earnings. It's based, it's not, you're not governed by an accelerated growth. You can grow as fast as you want to, right? Or you can grow as slow as you want to, right? Or don't have to grow at all. Well, I know that, and I'm not sure if we're gonna, we might air once before the actual Super Saturday. There's a Super Saturday that's happening this Saturday. This Saturday, from 1 to 5 at the Crown Plaza.
It's actually at Embassy Suites.
Embassy Suite, I apologize, Embassy Suite. And you're gonna have some guests in, and it's gonna be for, you know, anybody who wants to come in and learn more about Team National?
Absolutely. Anybody's welcome to come. I certainly welcome all of our team members to come and bring any guests that they want to bring. It's from 1 to 5. We're going to have some double platinums and platinums from all around the area, from Texas, from North Louisiana, that's going to come in. And they're actually going to do some leadership training to help make us better people, so we can go out and better help our neighbors learn how to save money on things they're buying every day. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun, meet a lot of good people. If you want to see what some of the core values of the company are, you know, we're rooted and grounded in America here.
That's good. Now, what if someone says, you know what, I'm not going to be able to make it, but how do I find out more information? How do I find out about Team National, what it's all about, and what if I want to talk to someone that's, you know, in the area to learn more about how I can become a part of it? What does someone need to do?
Okay, one thing you can do is call me.
Okay.
You know, be glad to give you my phone number. Is that okay?
Yeah, we'll do that. What we'll do, we'll make that your phone number and also Craig Prochet's phone number available at the end of the show, and you'll see that on the bottom of the screen.
All right, good.
Now, is there a website that people can go to, a Team National website? Okay.
It's called it's www.bign.com.
Okay.
And my personal website is GW Perkins.
Okay.
Or you can go on the national companies. It's the national companies or Team National. But probably the best way to find it is www.bign.com, GW Perkins.
Yeah, and like I said,
would be my website.
Well, great. We'll make that information ready, available to you. But you know what? This has been, you know, great. I've learned a lot, you know, and I hope and pray that this is encouraging other people just to really, really, really take a look and say, what is it in my life that I can grow from? I know, you know, next time we'll have you on again, and Craig told us there are some really good things that you could tell us. He told me that mentioned something about the corn crib and, you know, stuff like that. So next time, you know, we'll talk more about those things. But, you know, thank you so much. And I just want to encourage anybody out there, you know, you really want to take a look at Team National. Great program, great company. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about, you know, co-ops and stuff like that, because it's really encouraging people, you know, to come together to help them with residual income, but then also help, you know, you save on everyday items that, you know that I love a good bargain. So I'm excited about it. But you really want to, if you can, you know, get to Super Saturday. If not, remember the information is going to be at the end of the show on the bottom of your screen, where you can get in contact with Craig or either Gary. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having
so
me.
much. And again, like I said, I pray that, you know, this really encourages someone out there just to go and set goals for yourself, for your family, and watch, you know, some incredible things happen in your life. We'll see you next time on Choices.